Waking up early is more than just setting your alarm clock ahead. It's about taking control of your day before distractions and noise take over. Imagine starting your morning calm, clear, and focused, giving yourself the time to think, plan, and move forward with purpose. There's a powerful shift that happens when you decide to rise before the world does. It's a chance to build habits that shape who you want to become and to step closer every day to the life you want. This video is about why waking up early matters, how it changes your mindset, and how it gives you an edge that most people never experience. Stick with me and you'll learn what it takes to win your day from the moment you open your eyes. This is about creating real, lasting change, one morning at a time. Let's get into it. Number 1, wake up early and take full charge of life. Waking up early is not about following a routine someone else told you about. It's about taking your life seriously. It's about standing up for yourself before anything else in the world has a chance to interfere. When you wake up early, you're telling yourself that you matter. Your future matters. Your time matters. That first moment of the day when you decide to rise instead of delay becomes the foundation for everything else you do. When most people are still sleeping, when the world is still quiet, you have a chance to connect with your own thoughts. You have a chance to get ahead. You gain time that others are wasting. Time to think, time to move, time to plan. And when you start the day early, you don't start it behind. You start it leading. You're no longer chasing the day. You're directing it. You're in charge. If you want to build a life of discipline, it begins with the first choice you make in the morning. Will you stay in bed, or will you get up and get going? It sounds simple, but that moment is powerful. If you ignore it, you're saying comfort is more important than growth. But if you face it, if you act with strength instead of excuses, you take back control. That one choice builds trust in yourself. And when you trust yourself, you become stronger in every area of life. Some people say they don't have enough time, but the truth is, we all get the same 24 hours. The difference is how you use them. Waking up early gives you time most people never touch. It gives you the space to prepare instead of rush. It gives you a mental edge. You're no longer running to keep up. You're setting the pace. When you get up early, you create space between yourself and the noise of the world. You give yourself time to breathe and reflect. That time is valuable. That time is where awareness grows. You can look at your goals clearly. You can ask yourself hard questions. You can get focused before distractions show up. And when you do that, your decisions become sharper. Your energy becomes cleaner. You start acting with purpose instead of pressure. Success is built on habits, and one of the strongest habits is getting up early. It doesn't mean you need to feel excited every morning. It means you move even when you don't feel like it. You don't wait to be motivated. You train yourself to show up, and every time you do, you build another layer of strength. You build the kind of self-respect that doesn't come from words, it comes from action. You can't change your life if you keep starting your days late and scattered. A powerful life begins with powerful mornings. Waking up early gives you that power. It gives you control over how your day begins and how it unfolds. You get the chance to prepare. You get the chance to decide. You get the chance to win before the world even starts moving. And the more you do it, the more your identity changes. You stop being someone who hopes things get better. You become someone who makes them better. You stop blaming the clock. You start using it. You stop looking for extra hours. You create them by showing up before everyone else. There's a certain feeling that comes with waking up early and doing what you said you would do. That feeling is pride. That feeling is confidence. And confidence doesn't come from talking about your goal. It comes from proving to yourself that you can lead your life instead of watching it pass. The days you wake up early and stick to your word are the days that build character. Those are the days that shape your mindset. That's when your body and your mind begin to listen to each other. You wake up and train. You wake up and learn. You wake up and reflect. And as you do that, your life shifts. Slowly but surely, you begin to lead instead of follow. You'll notice people around you still rushing through their mornings. You'll notice them tired and stressed and always behind. And you'll realize you're not of that anymore. You're calm, you're focused, you're clear. That difference grows. It spreads into your work, into your relationships, into the way you handle challenges, because you're not living by accident. You're living by design. Waking up early is not just about time. It's about who you're becoming. It's about building a version of yourself that doesn't wait, that doesn't complain, that doesn't make excuses. You rise early because you have things to do and a future to build. You rise early because you've made a decision that drifting through life is no longer an option. If you've been waiting for a sign to change, this is it. Start by waking up early. Not next week. Not when it feels right. Start tomorrow. Get up earlier than you usually do. Feel the discomfort, then act anyway. Use that time to plan, to grow, to build something that matters to you. You don't need anyone's permission. You just need the courage to start. And each day you do, it will get easier. Not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. You start seeing results. You start feeling more grounded. You stop needing others to push you, because you've become someone who pushes yourself. Wake up early and you create a pattern of leadership. Leadership over your time. Leadership over your energy. Leadership over your decision. You stop living like a victim of your circumstances. You start living like someone who creates their circumstances. This is your life, and every day is a piece of it. How you begin each day will shape how you live each year. If you want different results, it starts with a different beginning. Wake up early and take full charge of life. Not one day, every day, until it becomes who you are. Until the life you want is no longer a dream but a reality you've earned. Number 2, get out of bed and build your future now. Every single morning, you are faced with a moment that tests your direction. That moment is when your eyes open, your alarm goes off, and you are alone with one decision. Do I stay in this bed, or do I get up and start building what I say I want? That moment is real. It's not about how you feel. It's about how much your future means to you. And if your future matters, if your goals mean anything at all, then you cannot waste that moment. Get out of bed. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the mood to feel right. Discipline comes from action, not from comfort. The longer you stay under the covers, the more power you give away. The world doesn't stop and wait for you to feel ready. Life keeps moving, and the people who take control of it are the ones who move with it. You want change, you want success, you want respect, then you need to earn it. The moment you wake up. Every time you choose to rise early, you are saying yes to your potential. You are refusing to live on someone else's schedule. You are deciding that your time has value. Your dreams are not going to build them. The life you want will not appear just because you wish for it. It will only come when you take real action. And the first action of the day is to get out of bed and get to work. There is no magic to it. There is only choice. You either do what's necessary or you don't. You either grow or you shrink. You either live on purpose or you drift through life, hoping something changes on its own. You don't need to have a perfect plan. You need to get up and start. Most people never do. They talk, they complain, they wait, and they stay stuck. But not you. You get out of bed, not because it's easy, but because your goals are worth more than one more hour of sleep. You've made a decision to rise above the habits that keep most people small. You've made a decision to treat your time with respect. You've made a decision to lead yourself. The future you want depends on the actions you take today. And that future can't be built from your bed. It takes clarity. It takes energy. It takes hours of honest work. When you wake up and move with urgency, you start collecting those hours. You start shaping the person you were meant to become. You train your mind to work even when your body resists. You become the kind of person who follows through. You cannot keep hitting snooze on your life and expect anything to improve. Every day that you delay is a day you don't get back. Time is not waiting for you. If you want something better, it starts the moment your feet hit the floor. That's when you earn your progress. That's when you begin separating yourself from everyone who stays stuck in the cycle of excuses. Discipline starts with movement. The first win of the day is getting up when it's time to. That win sets the tone for every other choice that follows. You wake up, you stand up, and you show up. That's how you build trust with yourself. And that trust becomes belief, and belief becomes action, and action becomes result. There is no shortcut. There is only effort. You are not just getting out of bed. You are getting into life. You are stepping into responsibility. You are stepping into strength, and you are taking ownership of the path ahead. Nobody is going to hand you a better future. You have to go get it. You have to prove you're ready for it. You have to move when it's hard and keep moving when it stays hard. That is how change happens. You'll feel tired some mornings. You'll feel resistance. That's normal. But don't let those feelings decide how your day begins. Feelings are temporary. Regret lasts longer. Get up anyway. Push forward anyway. Train your mind to be stronger than your emotions. That's how leaders think. That's how successful people live. They don't wait to feel perfect. They commit to showing up, especially when it's not convenient. You don't need permission. You don't need more time. You need to act. Get out of bed and move with intention. Use the early hours to learn something. Use them to write, to plan, to train, to build. Use them to remind yourself who you are becoming. Use them to separate yourself from everything that keeps you average. And when others are still asleep, you will already be in motion. That momentum matters. It compounds, it grows, it sharpens your discipline and your drive. And the more you show up for yourself, the more you become someone who does not tolerate laziness, someone who respects effort, someone who doesn't need to be pushed because they know what's at stake. The reason you get out of bed early is not just to get ahead of the day. It's to stay aligned with your purpose. It's to move forward with intention. It's to be clear on where you're going. When you wake up and start building, you start owning your future instead of wishing for it. And that ownership builds power. You become someone who through, someone who keeps their word, someone who sets the tone for their life. That kind of person doesn't chase success. They attract it because of the habits they've built. You want confidence. You want focus. You want results. Then get out of bed and create them. 1 hour at a time. One choice at a time. One day at a time. That's how you rise. That's how you lead. That's how you build the future that belongs to you. Number 3, rise before others and create your winning mindset. There's something powerful about being awake before the world begins. It gives you a moment of stillness where everything is clear and nothing is pulling at you. In that space, you get to build the way you think. You get to decide what kind of person you want to be. That time belongs to you, and what you do with it can shape your direction in life. The people who succeed are the ones who take that quiet moment seriously. They use it to train their minds, to focus their energy, and to get mentally ready for the day. Rising early is not just about being ahead of others. It's about being ahead of who you were yesterday. It's about taking charge of your mindset before the noise of the day comes in. If you wait until the world is already spinning, you've already lost part of your day to distraction. But if you wake up before the rest, you get that clean space to prepare your thoughts, to aim your energy, and to decide how you'll respond to challenges instead of reacting without thinking. You don't need anyone to tell you what to do with that time. You know what matters to you. Use it to read, to journal, to plan, to reflect. Use it to write down the thoughts that have been sitting in your head. Use it to look at your goals and ask yourself what needs to change. That early time is not about doing more. It's about doing the right things that build your character and sharpen your focus. And those quiet hours will give you more clarity than any loud conversation during the day ever could. A winning mindset is not built overnight. It's built daily. It's built when you choose not to sleep through your life. It's built when you stop letting comfort decide your future. Waking up before others isn't just about having more hours. It's about using those hours with purpose. Every minute in the morning is a tool. And when you rise early, you get to use that tool to shape your day instead of letting the day shape you. Most people are waiting for the right opportunity to arrive. But opportunity often comes when you're up working while others are resting. Opportunity shows up for the person who's already prepared. That preparation doesn't begin in a meeting or in the middle of the afternoon. It begins in the early hours, when your thoughts are fresh and the world hasn't made demands on you yet. When you rise before others, your thinking becomes clearer, your direction becomes stronger. You're no longer rushing to keep up. You're planning how to lead. That shift is what separates the people who succeed from the ones who just wish. It's what makes you someone who shows up ready, not someone who shows up behind. The way you start your day becomes the way you carry yourself. If you begin with discipline and focus, you carry that into everything else. The people around you will feel it. They'll see the difference. You'll walk into your responsibilities with more confidence because you've already won the first part of your day. You've already taken the time to prepare your thoughts and center your mind. And if you want to change the way you think, You need to step into a space where your thoughts can grow. Early mornings give you that. There are no distractions, no messages, no noise, just you and your decision to think better, to think clearer, to think stronger. That's how you begin to build a mindset that can handle pressure. A mindset that doesn't fall apart when things go wrong. When others rise late and walk into the day reacting, you've already created direction. You've already mapped out what matters most. You've already told your mind what to focus on and what to let go. That kind of clarity is not common. That kind of discipline is not found in people who leave their thinking to chance. It's built by those who rise early and do the work. There will be days when getting up early is hard. Days when you don't feel like thinking or planning. Those are the days where your mindset gets stronger, because you're training it to work under resistance. That's the kind of training that builds mental endurance. And when life tests you, that endurance is what gives you an edge. You want to be more focused, more consistent, more driven. Then rise before others and train your thinking. Don't wait for motivation. Train it. Train it. Don't wait for a perfect day. Create it in your mind before it even begins. And once you've trained your thinking in the quiet, the noise can't shake you. You're not easily distracted. You're not thrown off by small problems because your mind is anchored. A winning mindset isn't about being perfect. It's about being ready. Ready to face the day with intention. Ready to make strong choices. Ready to keep pushing when it gets hard. And the people who wake up early to build that kind of mindset are the ones who live with strength. They don't wait for life to calm down. They become the calm in the middle of it. Every morning is a new chance. A chance to rise early and build the way you think. A chance to create thoughts that serve your future. A chance to get clear about what matters and start your day with discipline. And the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. Your mind learns that the first part of the day belongs to growth. That it's not time to scroll or wander or wait. It's time to build. It's time to think. It's time to step into the day already ahead. The world will catch up later, but by then you're already in motion. You're not scrambling. You're leading. And that leadership begins with the decision to rise early and shape the way you think before the world tries to shape it for you. That's how you build the mindset of someone who wins, someone who stays focused, someone who rises above the noise. And it all begins before the day even starts. Number 4, stand up early and take back your lost time. Time moves, whether we use it or not. The truth is, most people spend years watching it pass without taking control of it. They wake up late, drag themselves into the day, and wonder why everything feels rushed. They live in reaction instead of direction. But if you're tired of looking back at your days with regret, you must begin to do one thing differently. Stand up early, not just to be awake, but to take ownership of your time. That's how you start recovering what you've wasted. Lost time cannot be recovered by chance. It can only be reclaimed through a new pattern, a new decision, a new way of living that begins before the distractions start. When you rise early, you are reclaiming hours that used to slip through your fingers. You're taking responsibility for the minutes you've let pass without intention. And that's how real progress begins. It's not about doing more. It's about deciding that your time has value, and you will no longer give it away without thought. There is something different about waking up with purpose. When the rest of the world is still quiet, you begin moving with clarity. Your thoughts are sharper. Your energy is cleaner. You don't need to race against the clock because you've already positioned yourself ahead of it. You've started your day on your own terms. That changes the way you see everything. You no longer feel behind. You feel in charge. And when you feel in charge, you make better decisions. You must stop believing that your best years are ahead of you or behind you. Your best time is now. But if you want to experience that truth, you must begin acting like your minutes matter. Every morning you stay in bed longer than you should. You're agreeing to lose a piece of your future. Every time you say, "I'll start later," you're handing your power to delay and distraction. That's not how leaders live. That's not how builders work. The ones who create something real do not sleep through their opportunities. Standing up early isn't about perfection. It's about responsibility. It's about saying no more wait. It's about facing yourself and choosing to live differently. If the past few months or years have slipped away from you, then now is the time to take them back, not by rewinding, but by changing. You take back time by refusing to keep losing it. You take back time by showing up earlier and stronger than you did yesterday. The average day gives you more than enough time to grow, to work, to learn, but most people never see it because they're not awake to use it. They spend the first few hours reacting to the noise around them. Notifications, messages, tasks, problems. But the person who stands up early walks into the day with focus. They've already thought. They've already prepared. They've already chosen what matters most. That kind of head start isn't small. It's the reason some people rise and others remain stuck. If you've ever said, "I don't have time," I challenge you to wake up earlier and find it. It's there. It's in the morning hours before distractions start pulling at you. It's in the quiet space that most people waste. If you use that time wisely, it becomes your edge. You can think clearly. You can train your body. You can organize your day. You can work on what actually matters, instead of always responding to what feels urgent. You don't need to wake up and immediately sprint, but you do need to stand up with intention. Start small if you have to, but start early. Take those first minutes and own them. Write down what you've been avoiding. Read something that pushes your thinking. Reflect on where you're going. Plan your day so you're not just reacting. That alone will start changing your rhythm. And once your rhythm changes, your direction will too. A productive morning doesn't need to be complicated. It just needs to be real. It needs to reflect who you want to become. Use it to remind yourself why you can't go back to the way you were living. Use it to build new habits, new thoughts, new behaviors. Those things don't come from dreaming. They come from doing. And the people who do are the ones who stand up early and get to work before the day demands everything from them. Time doesn't slow down, but it will respond to what you do with it. If you begin using your mornings wisely, you'll notice something shift. You'll stop feeling overwhelmed. You'll stop rushing. You'll stop feeling like you're always behind. You'll begin leading your schedule instead of being crushed by it. That's the reward for standing up early and reclaiming what you used to waste. People will ask how you find the time to grow. The answer is simple. You stopped giving it away. You stopped letting the morning hours slip past you. You stopped living by chance and started living by choice. And that choice happens the moment you open your eyes and decide to move before the day moves you. There is no one keeping you from your time but you. And once you realize that, you begin taking back control over your hours, your energy and your effort. You stop making excuses about being too busy, because you've proven that you can rise before the noise and take care of what matters most. You stop apologizing for your pace, because you know you've started early and strong. That confidence builds with each new day that starts before the world wakes up. No one is going to make this shift for you. You won't feel like doing it every morning. But your future doesn't ask how you feel. It waits for you to act. And when you stand up early, you're sending a clear message to yourself and to the world. You're done wasting time. You're ready to move. You're ready to build. You're ready to live with urgency, with focus, and with purpose. That's how you take back your time. That's how you change your life. Number 5, wake up early and take action with full focus. Every great change begins with a decision to act, and that decision becomes real when you wake up early and do something with intention. Not just getting out of bed for the sake of it, but getting up with your mind clear and your purpose strong. Most people waste the morning drifting. They check their phones, scroll through things that don't matter, and then wonder why they feel unmotivated. But you're not here to waste your energy. You're here to take charge of it. You're here to focus fully, not halfway, not later, not eventually. Right now, if you want your life to improve, you cannot keep giving your mornings to distraction. That's the time when your mind is clean. That's the time when your energy is highest. That's the time when you can choose your direction before the world gets noisy. And when you wake up early, you've already made the first powerful decision of the day. You've already done something most people won't. Now it's about what you do next. That's where the difference is made. Focus isn't about being perfect. It's about knowing what matters and doing it first. When you wake up early and take immediate action, you prove to yourself that you don't need to be pushed. You lead yourself. You don't wait until the pressure builds. You start before the pressure shows up. That's what builds real confidence. You're not guessing. You're not hoping. You're doing. And the longer you stay consistent, the clearer everything becomes. The problem for most people isn't that they don't have time. It's that they don't use it when it counts most. You don't need more hours in the day. You need sharper focus in the hours you already have. That's why early mornings matter. There are fewer distractions. Your thoughts aren't scattered yet. Your priorities haven't been hijacked. If you use those first few hours with clarity and effort, they give you momentum that pushes everything else forward. One solid start leads to a better day. One better day leads to stronger weeks. And those weeks become a different life. You don't need to chase motivation. You need to start moving. When you act with focus, you begin to feel different. You start experiencing progress. And that progress creates the fuel you've been missing. The early hours are where that starts. If you fill your morning with aimless activity, don't expect powerful results. But if you wake up and lock in on one clear step, that's when the shift begins. One small task, done with complete focus, is more powerful than a full day filled with half effort. You must learn to protect your focus like it's something sacred, because it is. Every notification, every unplanned conversation, every habit of checking something that doesn't matter, chips away at it. The early morning gives you a window where you can protect that focus before the interruptions come in. You can sit with your goals. You can work on what really matters. You can move the needle in your life instead of watching it stay stuck in the same place. Discipline is not about doing everything all at once. It's about doing the right thing first. That's why action with focus matters. It tells your mind, this is where we're going. This is what matters today. It builds clarity. It gives direction. And most importantly, it shows you that you can trust yourself to follow through. That trust is built when you wake up and actually do what you said you would do. Not once, but over and over, until it becomes your normal. Don't wait for your life to become less busy. It won't. Don't wait for your environment to become perfect. It won't. What you can change is how you start your day. You can choose to start it early and choose to start it strong. You can block out the noise and act with purpose. You can sit down and work on something that matters deeply to you. That kind of control of your focus isn't built in comfort. It's built in the quiet hours when no one's watching and you still show up with full effort. People say they want change, but most are unwilling and focused long enough to create it. You have to be different. You have to stand up earlier, act sooner, and think clearer than you did yesterday. You can't afford to start your day reacting. You have to take the lead. You have to wake up and say, this hour is mine. And then you have to prove it by acting on it fully and with your whole attention. No matter how tired you feel, how much is on your plate, or how far you think you are from your goals, you can still take action now. It doesn't have to be massive. It just needs to be focused. It needs to be intentional. That one choice, made over and over each morning, becomes a foundation, a solid, unshakable base that your future can stand on. When you begin your day with full presence, your goals are no longer vague dreams. They become plans, and your actions become proof of those plans. Do not underestimate how much power there is in doing a single thing with your full focus. Whether it's writing down your direction, completing one task that moves your dream forward, or training your body to build strength, each act carries weight. And when you do it in the early morning, you're doing it with clarity that gets lost as the day goes on. That's why it counts so much more. If you keep showing up early and doing the work with full attention, you will grow. You will change. You will earn the respect of the person in the mirror. You'll no longer feel scattered. You'll feel centered. You'll stop looking for shortcuts because you've realized that focus is the shortcut. When others are distracted, you're making progress. When others are overwhelmed, you're moving with direction. Not because life got easier, but because you decided to act before the chaos started. Every step you take with full attention early in the day is a step away from regret. It's a step toward strength, toward clarity, toward a life that reflects your effort. That's the power you hold when you wake up early and act with focus. It's not complicated, but it is rare. And if you choose to do it, you won't just feel different. You'll become different. Number 6, leave sleep behind and chase your greatest potential. There comes a time when you have to stop giving your best hours to rest and start giving them to your growth. If you want to move beyond where you are right now, you have to stop choosing comfort over commitment. That starts with waking up and stepping away from the warmth of sleep. Not because you hate sleep, but because your future is more important than your pillow. Every minute you choose to stay asleep is a minute you lose from becoming the person you were meant to be. You can't discover your potential if you don't create space for it. And space isn't found in the middle of chaos. It's built in the quiet hours most people ignore. When the world is still, when no one is asking for your time, when the pressure hasn't yet begun, that's your opening. That's your advantage. You don't grow by waiting for the right time. You grow by showing up at the time others overlook. You grow by moving when it's tough. You grow by choosing effort over ease. Your greatest potential doesn't live in your dreams. It lives in your habits, and your habits are born in your choices, especially the choice to get up and move when every part of you wants to wait. That moment when you open your eyes and decide not to go back to sleep. That's a powerful decision. That's you standing up and telling yourself that your life matters, that what you build today will be stronger than what you wish for tomorrow. Nobody hands you success. Nobody delivers discipline to your doorstep. You have to go out and earn it. And that starts early. When you leave sleep behind, you're not just waking up, you're showing the world, and more importantly yourself, that you're ready to take responsibility. You're no longer interested in delay. You're here to push, to act, to build, and to rise. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. If you stay in bed, the world will keep moving without you. The people who get ahead are not the most talented. They are the most consistent. They are the ones who get up when they say they will. They follow through when they don't feel like it. They stop making excuses and start making progress. That kind of mindset is built, not given. And you build it every morning when you walk away from sleep and step into effort. You've been given a mind that can learn anything, a body that can grow stronger, a heart that can handle more than you think. But none of that gets used if you keep choosing comfort over challenge. You're not going to meet your potential by sleeping in. You're going to meet it by sacrificing small comforts to earn bigger wins. It won't happen all at once. It happens one morning at a time. It happens when you do what needs to be done before the world expects you to do it. You don't have to be perfect, but you do have to be willing. Willing to leave behind the patterns that keep you average. Willing to stop waiting for permission. Willing to face the difficulty of showing up early and working with focus while others sleep through their lives. You are not behind. You're just at a crossroads. You can stay in the cycle you've been in, or break it by acting differently from this moment on. That alarm you hear in the morning is not just a sound, it's a signal. A reminder that you have another chance to take charge. Another chance to rewrite your story. Another chance to do what you said you would do. Your future is shaped in the hours when no one else sees you. If you want to be strong, consistent, and proud of who you're becoming, then the time to begin is when others are still sleeping. You're not chasing fame. You're not chasing validation. You're chasing the best version of yourself. And that version is only found through consistent early effort. Waking up early is not about punishment. It's about preparation. You're preparing your mind to stay sharp. You're preparing your habits to stay steady. You're preparing your life to reflect your effort. Nothing valuable is built overnight, but everything valuable starts with a clear decision to begin. You will never feel like it every single morning. But that's why it matters. Because doing something when it's easy means little. But doing it when you're tired, when it's dark outside, when it would be simpler to roll over and sleep, doing it then is what builds your character. It's what separates you from your past. It's what puts your goals within reach. One small action done with full commitment in the morning can carry enough power to change your day. And your days, stacked with discipline, begin to shape a new reality. Every great person who ever made something worthwhile started their day with purpose. They didn't sleep away their potential. They rose to meet it, and they did it before it was popular, before it was praised. They did it when it was hard. You have that same opportunity, right here, right now. There's no secret formula, Just a decision to trade your old habits for new strength. Just a willingness to act when comfort tries to hold you back. Don't waste another morning. Don't wait until you're more motivated or more ready. You're ready when you decide you are. You're ready when you stop letting sleep steal the time you need to work on your growth. Leave it behind. Get up, move forward, show up with energy. Choose a task that matters and pour yourself into it. Stay locked in until it's done. Then choose another, then another. That's how momentum is built. Not by magic, not by luck, but by a string of early decisions that reflect your seriousness. The world doesn't give you what you want. It responds to what you do. And when you do the hard thing before most even start their day, you put yourself in a position to lead, to rise, to win. Your potential is waiting, but it's not waiting forever. Use your mornings, use your strength, and never let another day pass without giving it your full effort. Number 7, start your morning strong and dominate every single goal. The way you begin your morning sets the pace for everything that follows. If you start weak, distracted, or unfocused, your day will likely fall apart in the same way. But when you get up with strength, intention, and clarity, you give yourself the power to control the day. It's not about luck or waiting for motivation. It's about choosing to face the day head on with energy and purpose. That first action after waking can determine if you succeed or struggle. When the alarm sounds, it's your chance to decide how you want the day to unfold. Choosing to rise with determination means you're ready to take command of your time. Every goal you want to achieve demands this kind of start. You cannot conquer anything if you let the morning slip away. Each goal, whether big or small, needs a strong beginning. That beginning starts with you showing up early, fully awake and ready to take action, without hesitation. Starting strong means more than just physical energy. It means mental focus and emotional readiness. Your mind needs to be clear about what you want and why you want it. You need to set a tone that will carry you through distractions, challenges, and doubts. If you begin confused or aimless, it becomes harder to maintain direction. But if you begin with a clear target in sight, your decisions throughout the day will align with reaching it. A strong morning is built on habits you commit to consistently. It might be reading a few pages that inspire you. It could be writing down your main priority. It might be exercising your body to wake it up. Whatever you choose, make sure it feeds your focus and builds your confidence. These small habits form the foundation for dominating your goals. They prepare you for the work ahead and give your mind a signal that today is important. Your goals deserve more than half-hearted attempts. To dominate them, you must be intentional with your time and energy. That means eliminating distractions early. No scrolling through your phone for hours. No wasting your first hour in bed thinking about what to do. Instead, get up and tackle your top priority first. That one thing you know will push you closer to success. Finishing it early creates momentum that carries through the entire day. Domination over your goals is not about rushing or reckless speed. It's about discipline, focus, and smart action. Starting strong means setting yourself up for consistent progress. When you accomplish tasks early, you build confidence and reduce stress. The weight of unfinished business won't cloud your mind. Instead, you'll feel energized knowing you've made real strides while others are just getting started. That feeling is priceless and addictive. Imagine waking up knowing exactly what you will do first. No hesitation, no second guessing. You simply get moving. That clarity is powerful. It removes doubt and hesitation, two of the biggest enemies of progress. When your morning is structured with clear goals, you set a rhythm that makes the rest of the day easier. Your actions become deliberate, and your results predictable. This is how winners operate. Your emotions play a key role in how your day unfolds. Starting strong means cultivating positive emotions early. It means choosing optimism, confidence, and determination over doubt and fear. Those feelings will influence your decisions, interactions, and productivity. You don't need to feel perfect to start strong. You only need to choose to act in spite of your feelings. Action often changes emotions, not the other way around. You'll find that moving forward lifts your mood and sharpens your focus. Sometimes starting strong requires sacrifice. It means giving up a little comfort to gain a lot of progress. Maybe that means going to bed earlier so you can wake up refreshed. Maybe it means skipping a late night of distractions so your morning is full of clarity. These sacrifices are not losses. They are investments in your future. Each day you start strong. You compound your progress. Over time, the small sacrifices become huge returns. Don't underestimate the power of consistency. You don't have to be perfect every morning, but showing up with intention more days than not creates a powerful pattern. The brain loves routine, and when you form habits of strength and focus, you reduce mental resistance. Those habits become automatic. You don't need willpower to get started because your morning routine becomes part of who you are. That's when domination over your goals becomes natural. Every goal you want to dominate requires time, energy, and commitment. Starting strong each morning is the only way to guarantee you give those things consistently. It's a choice to respect yourself and your dream, to recognize that your goals deserve your best effort when you are fresh and capable, to realize that winning the day begins with winning the first hour. You will never regret choosing strength over weakness at the start of your day. When you wake up and hit the ground running, your mindset shifts. You feel capable, energized, and ready. This mindset prepares you to face setbacks without losing momentum. It equips you to handle unexpected challenges. Because you began from a place of power. You don't wait out conditions to be perfect. You make your conditions perfect through your actions. Your morning defines your possibilities. To dominate your goals, you must protect your morning. Guard it from distractions, negativity, and procrastination. Start with a clear plan and a strong intention. Then commit to following through regardless of how you feel. Your mornings will be tougher than others, but each morning you persevere. You build strength that lasts a lifetime. Your goals become less intimidating and more achievable. Winning the day is a daily commitment. It's not about one great effort or a lucky break. It's about the consistent practice of starting strong and carrying that strength throughout your work. Your future self will thank you for the mornings you chose action over comfort. You have everything you need to begin right now. The question is, will you? Rise with power, act with purpose, own your mornings, control your day. The path to domination begins with that first step out of. Number 8. Wake up early and work hard before the world starts. Waking up early gives you an advantage that many will never experience. While others are still caught in sleep, you've already begun to lay the foundation for success. This early effort creates a space where you can focus on your goals without interruption. The quiet morning hours are free from distractions and noise. This is the perfect environment to pour your energy into what matters most. Starting before the world wakes up means you claim time that others waste. It is a moment that belongs only to you, a chance to get ahead. Working hard before the world begins its day allows you to tap into your best focus. There is a clarity in those early hours that disappears once the day's demands hit. You are sharper, your mind clearer, and your energy more available to tackle difficult tasks. Without the rush and pressure of daily life, you can dig deep into your work and push your limit. This hard work is not easy. It requires discipline, commitment, and sacrifice. But those who embrace it develop strength and build momentum that lasts throughout the day. The morning is a gift of time. Most people take it for granted or waste it on unimportant things. But if you take it seriously, you gain hours of productive work before most even open their eyes. Imagine the power of getting your most important tasks done early. You free yourself from the stress of deadlines and unfinished projects. This freedom gives you confidence and control over your day. It is an empowering feeling to look at your list and know that you've already done the hardest work. Hard work in the early morning is about more than quantity. It's about focused, purposeful effort. When the world is quiet, you can work without interruptions, without checking your phone or responding to every little distraction. This concentration allows you to dive deep and achieve a level of productivity that's hard to reach later. Your work becomes sharper and your results better. This early investment pays off with progress and growth that others miss. Waking up early and working hard builds character. It teaches patience, persistence, and responsibility. You learn to respect your goals enough to sacrifice comfort and leisure. It is a test of willpower every morning when your bed feels warm and inviting. Choosing to get up anyway shows strength. That strength becomes the backbone of your achievements. It proves that you are serious about your dreams and willing to do what it takes to make them real. Starting your workday before others gives you control. You decide your pace instead of reacting to the demands of the world. You set your priorities and tackle them without being pulled in different directions. This control reduces stress and increases effectiveness. When others rush and scramble, you move steadily forward. That steady progress compounds day by day, creating results that grow beyond what most expect. The quiet morning is also a chance to plan your day with clear thought. Working hard early doesn't just mean physical effort. It also means preparing mentally and emotionally for the challenges ahead. This preparation helps you stay focused and positive even when obstacles arise. You build a mindset that welcomes hard work because it understands the reward at the end. That mindset is powerful and necessary for anyone who wants to achieve big things. The world wakes up slowly and often chaotically. People rush to catch up, overwhelmed by tasks and distractions. But you have already accomplished something important by working hard before the day begins. This advantage puts you ahead and gives you confidence. You carry a quiet satisfaction knowing you have earned your progress. This feeling fuels motivation and inspires you to keep going, even when things get tough. Working hard early also affects your long-term habit. The discipline of rising early and focusing immediately becomes a pattern that shapes your life. This pattern helps you avoid procrastination and excuses. It strengthens your resolve to keep pushing no matter what. Your habits form the foundation of your success, and starting strong each morning creates habits that last a lifetime. This early work requires more than just physical getting up. It demands mental toughness to push past comfort and distraction. It calls for a commitment to your goals that is stronger than the pull of ease and rest. This commitment builds resilience and confidence. Every morning you show up early and work hard, you prove to yourself that you can overcome resistance. You learn that progress is not about waiting for the perfect moment, but making the moment perfect with your actions. Hard work in the early hours gives you time to innovate and create. Without interruptions, your mind can wander and find new solutions. This creative space is often lost during a busy day filled with noise. You have the chance to experiment and explore ideas that push your work to a higher level. That creativity combined with early effort makes your results stand out. The reward for waking early and working hard is not just what you achieve today. It's the growth and progress that accumulate over time. Those extra hours build skills, knowledge, and confidence. They develop a mindset of discipline and focus that shapes your entire future. You become someone who doesn't wait for opportunities but creates them through effort. That is the difference between ordinary and extraordinary. Choosing to work hard before the world starts is choosing to live with purpose. It means understanding that your time is valuable and using it wisely. You are setting the stage for achievement by putting in the effort when others rest. This choice separates those who dream from those who achieve. The path is not easy, but it is clear. You wake early, work hard, and build the life you want step by step. This habit also strengthens your self-respect. When you commit to work before distractions arrive, you honor your goals and your potential. This respect grows each day and becomes the foundation of your confidence. You prove to yourself that you can be counted on, that your word to yourself matters. That inner trust is a powerful force that carries you through challenges and setbacks. Waking up early and working hard sets a powerful example for those around you. Your dedication inspires others to value their time and effort. It creates a culture of responsibility and growth. Your actions speak louder than words and show that success comes from effort, not luck. That influence can change lives beyond your own. Every minute you work hard in the early morning is an investment. It compounds like interest, building wealth in your skills, relationships, and achievements. You create a momentum that fuels progress, momentum that grows stronger the more you feed it with focus and effort. This momentum makes difficult tasks easier and challenges less intimidating. You don't have to be perfect every day. Some mornings will be harder than others, but showing up consistently and working hard builds resilience. It creates a habit of progress that no setback can erase. The power is in repetition and commitment. The more you do this, the more natural it becomes. Waking early and working hard is not about competition with others. It's about competing with yourself. It's a daily commitment to improve and push beyond yesterday's limit. This personal competition creates a drive that keeps you moving forward. It turns effort into results and dreams into reality. This early work builds a life of achievement and fulfillment. It frees you from the regret of wasted time and missed chances. It gives you control over your future. When you rise early and work hard before the world starts, you take ownership of your life and create success on your own terms. Number 9, force yourself early and build unshakable daily discipline. Discipline is not something you are born with. It is something you create with consistent effort. When you force yourself to wake up early, you begin to build a habit that strengthens your entire character. That early rising is the starting point for daily discipline. And discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's a commitment to yourself that you will follow through no matter how you feel. Some mornings you will want to stay in bed. The warmth, the comfort, the silence will call you back. But forcing yourself to get up is where true growth happens. The act of forcing yourself out of bed is a small victory over weakness. Each time you resist the urge to give in to comfort, you add to your self-control. This is how discipline grows. By repeated choices that support your higher purpose. Discipline is not easy. It is a muscle that needs training. When you wake up early, even when you don't want to, you are exercising that muscle. Over time, this daily effort makes discipline stronger and more natural. It becomes part of who you are. Unshakable discipline means not letting circumstances dictate your actions. It means standing firm, even when things get difficult or when motivation fades. This kind of discipline is built through habits like waking early. The early morning is a training ground. It tests your commitment and your ability to push past excuses. You learn that discipline is not about feeling good, but about doing what is right and necessary. It becomes a habit that carries you through distractions, temptations, and setbacks. When you force yourself to rise early, you take control of your day. Instead of reacting to events or distractions, you set the tone. This early control sets a foundation of discipline that influences everything you do. Your choices become intentional rather than impulsive. You learn to prioritize what matters most and dedicate your energy to it first. This focus creates momentum that builds throughout the day. You start to see progress because you are consistent. Building discipline in the morning reflects into all areas of life. When you show up for yourself early, it becomes easier to show up for your work, your family, and your goals. The habit of discipline spills over and creates reliability. People notice when you keep your commitments and follow through. This consistency builds trust and respect. More importantly, it builds your confidence because you prove to yourself that you can count on your own actions. Discipline also sharpens your decision-making. When you commit to waking early and following a routine, you reduce the number of decisions you have to make throughout the day. This saves mental energy for important tasks. You build a system that supports success without relying on willpower alone. That system is your discipline. It frees you from the chaos of last-minute choices and distractions. It makes your path clearer and your progress steady. There will be days when forcing yourself feels like a battle. The temptation to stay comfortable is strong. But each time you win that battle, you strengthen your resilience. Resilience is the ability to keep moving forward, despite challenges. It is born from the discipline to take action, even when it is hard. When you cultivate this habit, you become unstoppable. You learn that discipline is the foundation of all achievement. Discipline is not about punishment or restriction. It is about freedom. When you develop unshakable discipline, you free yourself from laziness, procrastination, and regret. You gain control over your time and your life. You start living intentionally instead of drifting. This freedom allows you to focus on growth and progress. It gives you the power to pursue your dreams with clarity and persistence. The act of forcing yourself early is a declaration of your priorities. It says that your goals and growth are more important than temporary comfort. This declaration builds your identity as someone who is committed and dependable. Your self-image transforms. You stop seeing yourself as someone who struggles to get started. You become someone who takes action without hesitation. This shift changes how you approach challenges and opportunity. Unshakable discipline creates a ripple effect. The habits you build by forcing yourself early influence your attitude and actions throughout the day. You become more patient, more focused, and more determined. Challenges that once seemed overwhelming become manageable. Your confidence grows because you know you have control over your choices. This confidence motivates you to set bigger goals and work harder to achieve them. Discipline built through early rising is not about perfection. It's about showing up daily, even imperfectly. It is about persistence, not speed. You learn to forgive yourself for mistakes and keep moving forward. This attitude keeps you consistent. Consistency is the key that unlocks success. It is better to take small disciplined steps every day than to wait for motivation that may never come. When discipline becomes a habit, it affects your mindset. You develop a mindset of responsibility and ownership. You stop blaming circumstances or others for your failures. You take full responsibility for your actions. This mindset empowers you to find solutions instead of excuses. It prepares you to handle setbacks with grace and determination. It changes your relationship with success and failure. Discipline also impacts your health and energy. Waking early gives you time for self-care like exercise, healthy eating, and mental preparation. These practices improve your physical and mental strength, which support your daily discipline. When your body feels strong, it's easier to stay disciplined. When your mind feels clear, you make better decisions. This connection between discipline and well-being is vital for long-term success. Building unshakable daily discipline requires more than just forcing yourself out of bed. It requires a clear purpose. When your reason for waking early is strong, discipline follows naturally. You wake because your goals named it. You wake because your future depends on it. That purpose fuels your movement and keeps you moving forward, even on tough days. You can train your discipline like any skill. Start small and increase your effort over time. Set a consistent wake-up time and stick to it. Prepare the night before so morning resistance is lower. Celebrate small wins and acknowledge your progress. This builds momentum and makes discipline easier. Remember, every early morning you push yourself forward, you build a stronger version of yourself. Discipline is the foundation on which every achievement stands. By forcing yourself to rise early, you create a habit that powers your entire day. That habit shapes your character, your decisions, and your results. It builds confidence, resilience, and focus. This daily discipline becomes unshakable because it is practiced consistently. It becomes a part of who you are. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up. Every morning you force yourself to get up. You prove your strength. You prove that your goals are worth the effort. This simple act builds momentum that propels you forward. It turns dreams into plans and plans into reality. Daily discipline is the key that unlocks your potential and leads you to success. Number 10. Get out early and become the person you admire. Getting out of bed early is one of the most important decisions you can make if you want to become the person you admire. That person who inspires you, who shows strength, discipline, and success, did not get there by accident. They made choices every day that shaped their character and their life. Waking up early is one of those choices. It's a commitment to yourself to take control, to act with intention, and to push beyond comfort. The moment you decide to rise early, you take a step toward becoming the version of yourself you respect and look up to. This is not about trying to be someone else. It is about uncovering the best parts of who you already are. When you wake up early, you create space to build habits that reflect your values and dreams. You give yourself the opportunity to think clearly, plan wisely, and act decisively before the world demands your attention. Becoming the person you admire requires more than wishing or hoping. It requires consistent effort and clear decisions. One of the most powerful ways to start is by getting out of bed before distractions flood your mind. The early morning hours are a gift where your willpower is strongest and your mind is calm. You have fewer interruptions and more clarity to focus on your goals. This time is for building your future, not reacting to the present. When you rise early, you set a powerful example for yourself. You prove that you can control your choices instead of letting habits or feelings control you. This kind of discipline builds respect for yourself. You start to trust your ability to follow through on commitments. Trust in yourself is the foundation of confidence. Confidence leads to courage. Courage allows you to face challenges and risks that others avoid. Waking early is a practice that trains your mind and body to work in harmony with your ambitions. You begin to feel more energetic and ready to face the day. The act of getting up early stimulates your mind, waking up every part of you. It builds momentum. Each small victory in the morning adds up and makes you stronger. When you become this person who conquers the morning, you naturally become someone who conquers life. To become the person you admire, you must align your daily actions with the qualities you respect. That might mean more focus, patience, persistence, or kindness. Starting your day early gives you the time to develop these qualities. You can read, exercise, plan your day, or practice gratitude. These morning habits help you grow mentally and physically. They prepare you to handle difficulties with calm and wisdom. The challenge is real. It is not easy to leave the comfort of your bed and face the unknown day ahead. But each time you push through that resistance, you prove that you are stronger than your excuse. This fight against laziness or fear is part of the process of becoming better. The people you admire fought similar battles. Their success is built on these daily victories over themselves. When you consistently get out early, you start to notice change. You become more productive because you use your time wisely. You become more aware of your priorities because you take time to reflect. Your energy levels improve because you give yourself a routine that supports health and focus. These changes feed your motivation and make it easier to keep going. It's important to remember that becoming the person you admire is a journey, not a destination. Every morning is an opportunity to grow. You might stumble or feel weak woes, but those moments don't define you. What matters is that you keep returning to your commitment. The habit of getting out early reinforces your dedication and resilience. The person you admire is someone who respects their own time. They understand that time is limited and valuable. They treat each day as a gift and a responsibility. By getting out early, you take control of your time before distractions steal it away. You set boundaries that protect your focus and energy. This respect for your time builds self-worth and achievement. It is also about mindset. Waking early shifts your thinking from passive to active. You become a planner instead of a reactor. You become a doer instead of a dreamer. This mental shift is crucial to becoming the person you admire. It separates those who wait for things to happen from those who make things happen. In this early part of the day, you have the power to decide your attitude. You can choose optimism over doubt, action over hesitation, and growth over stagnation. These choices shape your identity and your future. The person you admire has mastered these choices. You can too, by simply getting out of bed and starting the day with purpose. Physical health is also part of this transformation. The discipline to wake early often leads to better sleep habits and self-care. You give yourself time to exercise, eat well, and prepare mentally. A strong body supports a strong mind. This connection makes you more capable of handling stress and challenges. Getting out early connects you to a community of people who value growth and success. When you rise before others, you join the ranks of those who lead their lives intentionally. You build habits that create momentum and long-term results. This connection gives you strength because you are not alone in your efforts. The person you admire did not become that way overnight. They made a series of daily choices that added up over time. Waking up early is one of the simplest but most powerful choices you can make. It is a daily commitment to better than you were yesterday. This commitment builds character, skills, and ultimately the life you want. This process changes how you see yourself. You start to believe in your ability to grow and succeed. Your self-image shifts from someone who struggles to someone who acts. This new identity fuels your motivation and determination. It encourages you to face challenges with confidence and to pursue your dreams with persistence. Every morning you get out early. You show respect to yourself and your goals. You build habits that protect your dreams from distraction and delay. These habits create a foundation of strength and clarity. They help you navigate the complexities of life with purpose. You become someone who doesn't just hope for a better future, but works for it every day. To become the person you admire, you must take responsibility for your mornings. The decision to get out early is a powerful act of self-leadership. It sets the tone for your entire day and your entire life. This discipline becomes a habit that shapes your character and your results. You grow stronger with every sunrise that finds you awake and ready. You will find that your relationships, work, and personal growth improve as a result. The person you admire is someone who shows up consistently, works hard, and leads by example. That person is within your reach when you commit to waking up early and making each day count. Your future self will thank you for the effort you make today.